Hello, hello, hello. You're tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's other topic, more Lamar Jackson news. So, here's the thing, right? So, it has come out, or it is put out by Lombardi, Michael Lombardi, that Lamar, in all actuality, was not intending on coming back to the Ravens unless the Ravens made some acquisitions at the wide receiver position. I'm actually going to read it to you, and then I'm going to let you listen to it, and then we're going to dumpster dive into exactly what this means going forward for the Ravens, okay? So, former NFL executive Michael Lombardi was told by a very reliable source or somebody involved with the Lamar situation and the Ravens that in the conversation that he said to get Hopkins and get Beckham and then we could talk. And the club went back to him and said, look, we can't get Hopkins and get Beckham, but we can get one of them. That's the reason they got Odell Beckham Jr. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio. I'm going to let you listen to it, and then we're going to go into this surgically. I'm talking about scalpel in hand. We're going to go in. All right, so without further ado, let's get this party started.
Lamar Jackson was reportedly actively recruiting OBJ to the Ravens. He said, quote, there was a clear understanding throughout Beckham's negotiation that the quarterback throwing to him next season is probably going to be Lamar. And this is something I speculated yesterday, Michael, just asking the question, if you're OBJ and you're buds with Lamar, aren't you having this conversation? Maybe it's not assurances that I'm going to be here, but that's the plan that you have in place.
I was told reliably by somebody who's involved that Lamar told them in a conversation, get Hopkins and get Beckham, and then we can talk. And the club went back to them and said, look, we can't get Hopkins and Beckham. We just can't get both. We can't afford both, but we'll get one of them. And they got Beckham. So they can't. DeAndre Hopkins is an interesting story, right? So DeAndre Hopkins is available. But the problem with DeAndre Hopkins is he would be great with Lamar. Not because he's got great speed, because he's exactly what Lamar needs. Someone, you throw the ball anywhere in his area, he's going to catch
Reliable,
it.
safety blanket,
And he
that
can run
guy.
right after the catch. Now, he's always covered. He is always covered, but he always catches it. And so, but he wants a raise. He wants more money. And so I think what the Ravens decided was, okay, we can get Beckham. And I think that's why you see the overpayment for Beckham. Because they felt like, okay, this is our way to kind of bridge ourselves to Lamar.
Okay, so you see what this is now, right? Moving forward, you see what this is. It was saying that Lamar was the one that was talking to Beckham, but he said, look, at the end of the day, Lamar can try to get people to Baltimore all he wants. It's still up for the general manager to make them or get them to sign on the dotted line. You get where I'm coming from? And let me tell you this right now. And I'm speaking from the heart when I say this. I'm happy that Lamar finally put down his foot on the Ravens. You know why? Because if he did not, they weren't going to do any of the stuff that we've seen them do. You don't get that? This is not, the way that they operate is not offensively. They don't believe in it. They believe that they can win Super Bowls or be competitive as long as they keep a top flight defense in a run game. That's the way that they're looking at this. Lamar said, you know what, I'm tired. What did you expect this man to say? What did you expect him to do? You're not giving me what I believe I'm worth. You're not giving me the weapons that I should be throwing to. I don't even have weapons comparable to the other quarterbacks in my class, much less who I'm compared to, but I'm expecting more than all of them to win. And I get less excuses. But every time we lose, it's my fault. If you was in this position, you wouldn't do the same thing. I told y'all this before. This NFL tug of war that's going on, it's about leverage. The Ravens want him back. The problem is they don't want him back at the price that he believes he's worth. That's why I think Lamar's kind of looking at it like, well, I hope Herbert and them get their deals done so that he could throw that in their face too. They should have did this because it would have been cheaper, but the Ravens were trying to be outsmarted. They're trying to be smart. They think, oh, we're just going to be so smart and intelligent about this. And they lost. They got played. So now they don't want the repercussions of their actions. I've already said this. So now we know that Odell Beckham Jr. is not there because they listen to the fans. You get Josh. He's not there because they believe in what we've been saying. None of those things. He's there to try to sugar up and cuddle up to Lamar to get him to come back and play on the tag. That's all this is. That's what I've been trying to tell everybody. But guess what? Here's the thing. I'm still happy he's here. Still happy he's here. It does not matter. I'm still happy he's here. I'm happy that Lamar is actually being vocal now. Lamar was trying to be a good soldier. He was like, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. He was just trying to be the nice guy, the consummate pro, the never complaining leader, and he got burned for it. He literally got burned for it. And he said, why am I busting my tail harder than everybody else with less weapons and everything else, but all the blame is on me. All of the losses are on me. And when we win, I don't even get half of the credit. It's because John Harbaugh's such a great coach, and I'm such a part of a great organization. You wouldn't be frustrated too? I'd be very frustrated. That's why I told y'all I'm not mad at anything Lamar does, because Lamar, I told you, is fed up. He's fed up. He's done. So now this is the Ravens trying to get him back in the building. Look, I want Lamar to be a Raven, but you can understand a man's frustration when they should have got this done years ago. He's going into year 6 without a long-term contract. For everyone that's saying, oh, well, they gave him the second most. No. There's a tax involved now. When you make a player play out their entire contract, there is a tax involved at the end. It goes like that for everyone. That's the reason why Dallas had to overpay for Dak. That's why. That's the reason why, what's it called? Minnesota had to pay so much for Kirk Cousins. It's how it is. When a player out, when there's no more, when it's not an extension, or even when they play out their contract, right? You lose a lot of the good faith of, I get it. Let's do a little to keep a little to, let's finagle this around for the best of the team. That's what Mahomes did because they re-signed him after his 3rd year. That's what Josh Allen did because guess what? They re-signed him after his 3rd year. If you don't do that, then you think I'm just going to take exactly? It's not even about being greedy. It's about the principle. You made me play out my entire contract. And for anybody that goes, oh, well, you signed a contract, that's not how it works. That's never been how it works. And for anybody that would make that statement, you know you're wrong. It's never been that way. If you're a quarterback and you're good, they pay you after year 3. You know why? Because it spreads out that cap hit. That's why. They refuse to do that. They're like, oh, no, we're so smart. We're going to keep paying that little. And he'll just keep playing on that little. Because he'll be a team player. Oh, we're going to get it done. Yeah. We're going to get it done. Oh, yeah. And then when it doesn't get done and he's like, you know what? I want the farm. Now they're like, whoa. Like you didn't already understand and see where this was going. Don't y'all get it? The Ravens played the wrong game. They made a mistake. Right? That's what they did. They made a mistake. They overjudged their footing and misjudged his leverage. You know what this is? I like using snowfall references because it's what's in style right now, and I do watch the show. What just happened with Sissy, right? The mother. Teddy in the show, for spoiler alert, Teddy thought, hey, I'm going to get them out in the open. I thought he was never going to give Franklin the money. I thought he was setting him up. But Teddy overplayed his hand. He trusted where his footing was too much. Like, I'm in an open place. I'm with my handler. They're not going to do anything stupid to kill me. I'm safe now. That's why he felt so compelled to talk to Sissy like that. You know, coming from like, yeah, I killed Alton. I put 2 bullets in him. I dumped his body somewhere. You idiot. That's why he felt so comfortable doing that. Overplayed his footing. Teddy's the Ravens. overplayed their footing. They thought, I'm so smart. I'm so ingenious. I'm so in front of everything. And then find out like, oops, I thought I was too much in than I really am. But they don't want to pay for their transactions, their transgressions. They don't want to pay for what they thought was the smart thing to do. They want to operate like there's not consequences to their actions. And that in itself should bother a lot of Raven fans. Because we're not, once again, anytime people want to argue with the Ravens and be like, oh, you're just a Lamar, all I got to say is, Steve Saunders, you lose. You lose that argument. You lose. You could try, even though it's not going to help, to make excuses for Greg Roman. You could try to make excuses for not surrounding Lamar with proper, adequate weapons. You could try to make excuses why they didn't pay Lamar no more, but you have no excuse for Steve Saunders. A guy that was actively hurting players and forcing players to be on IR for longer or hurting their career moving forward. Who played into the injuries, including the COVID stuff that happened to Baltimore. You see what I'm trying to say? So this team has made so many missteps. Their best move that they made was drafting Lamar. That's their best move in the last 6 years. That's been by far their best. And he dropped in their lap. Imagine. They took a tight end first. I said, oh my God, he's still there. All right. Move up and get him. Move up and get him. And I'm pretty sure the only reason they moved to get him so they can have him on the 5th year option. That's the only reason why. I don't blame him for nothing. I'm happy he's starting to throw his weight around. I'm happy he's forcing the Ravens to be un-Raven-like and actually invest in the offense. I am happy that he is telling them that I am not just a piece. I'm the engine. And he is showing that. He is talking like that. And that's why I told y'all. That's why he was probably so serious at the club. He was like, he's contemplating his next move. That's the problem with a lot of y'all. Y'all don't realize he's intelligent. What do you think? He got to college just on football? He's smart. That's the part that frustrates me with a lot of y'all. Y'all think because he has a very deep Southern accent and he has changes that he's not intelligent. Then when he starts playing these games, these mind games, and you're like, oh my God, it has to be luck. No, he's intelligent. And he learns quickly. So now the Ravens have to deal with laying the bet that they made. And I'm not mad at it. And guess what? The Ravens shouldn't be mad at it either. They should just be trying to do whatever it takes to get him back in the building. That's it. That's all they should be doing. Trying to get him back in the building. Because I'll tell you something right now. If he's not in the building, I don't care how many receivers they add. It's going to be a problem because that's not going to be Lamar under center. And that team is going to run into problems very quickly. And then we're going to get to see just how special this coaching staff really is when you don't have a superstar who has Hall of Fame numbers already on the roster. And that's another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you all for watching. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me, and you know I appreciate that. Before we go any further, right, I just want to say thank you to two different people, right? I want to say thank you to Noah Kennedy, who dropped a $5 Cash App donation. Raise the roof. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for investing into this content and this platform. It's very, very appreciated, and we're moving forward. And I thank everybody for putting their hard-earned money into this platform. We are growing exponentially quickly, and we got a lot more to do, but we're aiming for the stars, guys. This is going to be a multimedia platform at the end. And it's going to reach a lot of people, and it's going to be able to do a lot of things. And I want to say thank you to Songstress for real. For becoming a new patron of the Wunderkind Patreon. Thank you so much. I'll be sending you your Discord link tomorrow, so you will be able to be linked into the Team Wunderkind Discord. And starting next week will be questions from subscribers for those who are patrons. So thank you so much for your guys' donations. So once again, you can be anywhere else in the world, everybody else, but you're here with me, and you know I appreciate that. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. You know I read them. You know I like them. Just please be respectful. That's all I ask. And also, if you would like to also donate to this platform to help it grow monetarily and try to help us reach our goals, at the bottom of the screen is a QR code for the Cash App that I was just discussing. And you can also find the Cash App on the page and in every description of every video that the Wunderkind Show puts out. Money sign, the Wunderkind Show. Okay? Also, inside of that, you will find inside of the description is the Patreon for this channel, okay? And it will, of course, it'll give you access to the Discord, access to questions from subscribers, and some other little perks that I'm sprinkling in. So, yes. So, once again, this is the Wunderkind Show. Thank you all for watching. This is your host, Nitro, signing off. And as always, you guys knows my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Hopefully, Lamar's not out of here. Ha ha! You already know what I'm saying. Yep!